Hi friends, today we'll discuss the first chapter in your 11th class, the living world. Okay, in this the first is the living things. What are the living things? How can we differentiate between the living and non-living? So here, what are the living things? Anything that has the life and consists of the cells as its basic unit of organization. Okay, anything which is having life and it consists of cells, so it is having the cells as its basic unit, we call it as the living things. So living things exhibit several key characters. So there are some specific features are there which are found in the living organisms. What these are? First one is the cellular structure, means a particular cell structure is there. Then growth means it will increase in its mass, okay, that is the growth. Then reproduction means it will give rise to its offsprings. Response to stimuli, whenever a light or any pressure is given, it reacts to that. Then metabolism means here both anabolism and catabolism will takes place. Then homeostasis means it maintains its particular internal environment, internal temperature. Okay, so here if you look around you, you'll see a large variety of organisms. Okay, in our surroundings, if we see, we found different types of living organisms. Okay, it may be either plants or insects or birds, animals, or several organisms are there which we cannot see with our naked eyes, like microorganisms. So here, on basing on this, there is a particular term, we call it as the biodiversity. Okay, what is biodiversity? The variety of life on earth, including all different plants, animals, fungi, and microorganisms. Okay, here variety of living forms, either it may be the plants, animals, fungi, or microorganisms, or this will include as a biodiversity. Large the variety of living organisms is there, large the biodiversity is. Okay, so here we are having one more term, here is the nomenclature. What is nomenclature? It is a system for giving names to the organisms. Okay, here there are the different types of organisms are there. Okay, a large number of organisms are there, so there should be a proper naming system to organisms. So that system we call it as the nomenclature. Then one more term is there, that is the ICBN. What it stands for? International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. It means that here it sets the rules and recommendations of scientific names of plants. See here, each organism, either it may be plant or animal, it should be have a particular scientific name. Okay, so that scientific name should be given to that particular organism, either it may be the plant or animal. So here certain rules and recommendations are will be given by this ICBN to give a scientific name. Okay, coming to the next slide here. Each scientific name has two components. Okay, here what we are saying, each organism is having one scientific name. So here this scientific name is having the two components. The first name is the generic name and the second name is specific epithet. Yeah, it means that the first name is the genera name and the second name is the species name. Okay, so this system of providing a name with the two components is called the binomial nomenclature, because each scientific name is having the two names, so we call it as the binomial. Bi means two. Okay, so binomial nomenclature. And this binomial nomenclature is given by the scientist Carolus Linnaeus. Okay, see here example is the mango. Okay, the scientific name of mango is Mangifera indica. See here the first name is the genus name. Okay, and always this genus name, the first letter start with the capital letter M. Okay, and the next word is the species name, and in this the first letter is written in the small letter. Okay, and there are certain rules of the binomial nomenclature. Okay, What these are, let us discuss. Generally in Latin and written in italics irrespective of their origin. Generally the scientific name should be written in the Latin language, or it should be written in the italics irrespective of their origin. Means maybe it is originated in anywhere in the world, but it should be written in Latin and italics only. Okay, and here the first word, it represents the genus name. See here, the first word, it represents the genus name and it starts with the capital letter, and the second word, it represents the species name and it starts with the small letter. Okay, and when handwritten are separately underlined or printed in italics. Whenever we are writing scientific name by handwritten, so we should separately underline it or it should be printed in italics. Okay, name of the author written in the abbreviated form. Okay, example is Mangifera indica Linnaeus. See here, the scientist who has discovered that particular organism, that scientist name should be written in the abbreviated form. See here, Mangifera indica is the scientific name of mango, and here we are writing Linnaeus, okay, in the short form, abbreviated form. What it indicates that? It indicates that this species Mangifera indica, it was first described by the scientist Linnaeus. Okay, then coming to the taxonomy. Here, what is taxonomy? Taxonomy is the science of classifying organisms. Okay, because there is a large number of living organisms are there, so to study properly, okay, so there is a science to classify this. So this science we call it as the taxonomy. Then one more term is there, that is the systematics. Okay, what is systematics? Study of relationship of organisms based on their evolutionary history. Means how the organism is evolved, okay, from their ancestors, that we discuss in the systematics. Okay, then coming to the taxonomic categories. See here, for classifying, it is not a simple thing. Okay, to classify we should require many things. Classification is not a single step process, but it involves the hierarchy of the steps in which each step represent a rank or category. Okay, for classification there are different ranks and categories. Okay, just now we'll see what these are. We call it as the taxonomic categories. Okay, we are calling it as the taxonomic categories. Okay, see here, all categories together constitute the taxonomic hierarchy. The combination or the complete all the categories are included into the taxonomic hierarchy. Okay, each category referred to as a unit of classification, which we call it as the taxon. Okay, see here, taxonomical studies of all known organisms have the common categories. What are the categories? These are the categories. Okay, in that largest category is the kingdom, then phylum or division you may call it as, then class, order, family, genus, species. Okay, among this, species is the lowest or the smallest category of the classification. So these are the categories. Okay, all these together categories we call it as the taxonomic hierarchy. Okay, then we'll discuss all these individually one by one. Okay, coming to the species. Okay, what are the species? Species is the basic unit of taxonomy. Okay, like in the living organisms, what is the basic unit? The cells. Okay, cell is the basic unit. Likewise here, species is the basic unit of the category. A group of organisms that can interbreed and produce fertile offsprings. For example, the very closely related organisms, okay, which can reproduce and produce the fertile offsprings. Example, all humans. Okay, human beings, which Homo sapiens, we are part of the same species. Okay, because they can reproduce with each other. Okay, then coming to the genus here. Okay, just above the species, the another category is the genus. What genus is? A group of closely related species. Okay, closely related species are classified under a genus. Example, potato, brinjal. These belongs to the two different genus, but here they belong to the same genus, that is the Solanum. Okay, even though these species are different, but the genus is same, that is the Solanum. Then coming to the family. See here, just above the genus The next category is the family. Okay, family is the next category, which is having a group of related genera. Here a group of genera is there in the family with less number of similarities as compared to the genus and species. Okay, see here, species is having more similarity, genus is also having somewhat, not that much, but it is also having similarity. But coming to the family, it is having less similarities, okay, when compared to the genus and species. Example: Solanum, Nicotianum and Datura. These are the three types of genus. Okay, these are placed in this single family, that is the Solanaceae. Coming to the next category, that is the order. Okay, order. See here, order, where the order is just above the family. Okay, here order is the a group of families with few similar characters. Okay, a group of families with few similar characters is the order. See here, the families Convolvulaceae, Solanaceae are included in the order Polymonials. So all the families together we keep that in the order. Okay, coming to the class, all the orders are included in the class. Okay, it includes the related orders. Example is orders like Malvaceae, Rosales, Polymonials. These orders are kept under the class Dicotyledonnae. Okay, then coming to the division or phylum. Okay, above this class another category is there, that is the phylum or division. It includes all the classes. Okay, division includes the related classes. Example here is the classes like Dicotyledonnae and Monocotyledonnae. These two are included in the division Spermatophyta. Okay, then coming to the last or the highest category, that is the kingdom. Okay, here different divisions or phylums will be classified under the kingdom. Okay, see here, it is the highest category. Okay, see here, species is the lowest category, then genus, all the species are kept under the genus, then all genus are kept under the family, all the families kept under the order, then all the orders under the class, all the classes under the phylum or division, all the phylum or divisions into the kingdom. This is known as the taxonomic hierarchy, and each this is individually known as the taxonomic category or taxonomic rank. Okay, I hope you'll understand this. Then coming to the classification, let us see some of the examples of the classification, some of the organisms. Okay, first we'll see the humans. Okay, the scientific name of humans is the Homo sapiens. See here, we comes under the phylum Chordata, class Mammalia, order Primata, family Hominidae, genus Homo, and species is Sapiens. Okay, coming to the housefly. Okay, the scientific name of housefly is Musca domestica. Coming to the phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta, order Diptera, family Muscidae, genus Musca, and species is Domestica. Then coming to the mango. Okay, the scientific name of mango is Mangifera indica. Phylum Spermatophyta, class Dicotyledonnae, order Sapindales, family Anacardiaceae, genus Mangifera, species Indica. Then coming to the wheat. Okay, scientific name of wheat is Triticum vulgare. Okay, coming to the classification, phylum Spermatophyta, class Monocotyledonnae, order Poales, family Poaceae, genus Triticum, species is vulgare. Okay, then coming to the taxonomic aids. Okay, to classify these organisms there are certain aids, okay, which is helpful for classifying the organisms. Okay, let us discuss what these are. First one is the herbarium. Okay, generally for classifying the plants, herbarium is very important. Herbarium is a storehouse of the collected plant specimens that are dried, pressed and preserved in sheets. Okay, there are the sheets in which generally we press, dry and keep in that particular sheets. Okay, herbarium sheets also carry a label providing the information about the data and the place of collection, English, local and botanical name, family, collector names. Okay, so here these herbarium sheet, it contain the information, what information it contains, a date when it is collected, and the place from where it is collected, and its English name, its local name, its botanical name, its family name, and who collected that. Okay, each and everything is mentioned in that particular sheet only. Then Royal Botanical Garden at Kew, England has the largest herbarium. Okay, largest herbarium is found in the Royal Botanical Garden at Kew in England. Okay, and it is the international center for the plant identification. And in a digital herbarium, the digital images of the herbarium specimens and the related information is preserved and published on the internet for wider use. Okay, apart from this manual, okay, there is a digital herbarium also. Okay, so here in the internet also we can search and see the information. Then coming to the botanical garden, what is botanical garden? These are the specialized gardens, okay, which is having the collection of living plants for reference. Okay, plant species in these gardens are grown for the identification purpose, and each plant is labeled indicating its botanical or scientific name and its family. So here the plants are grown for the identification purpose, and it contain the information about its scientific name and its family. Okay, there are some famous botanical gardens are there. Kew, that is the England. Okay, Indian Botanical Garden, Howrah, it is um, found in the Kolkata, India. Okay, National Botanical Research Institute, that is the in Lucknow, India. Okay, then coming to the museum. Okay, here the collection of preserved plant specimens for the study and reference. Okay, so here it is the preserved plant specimens are there for the study and reference is there. Specimens are preserved in the containers or jars in the preservative solution. Okay, some of the plants which cannot be stored, okay, normally by drying, it should be stored in the form of the in the preservative solutions. And keys, what are the keys? Keys are the based on the contrasting characters, generally in the pair called the couplet. What are the keys? Keys means it contain the two features. Okay, so here it is having the two contrasting characters, and that is in the pair we call it as the couplet. It represents the choice made between the two opposite options. Okay, two options will be given. This results in the acceptance of only one and rejection of other. Okay, two characters is will be given, in that will choose one and reject another. Separate taxonomic keys are required for the each taxonomic category, such as family, genus, and species, for the identification purpose. Okay, for the each taxonomic category like family, genus, species, there is a separate keys are there. Okay, and each statement in that key is called as a lead. What is lead? Each statement in that key is the lead. Then coming to the next aid, that is the flora. What is the flora? Flora contains the actual account of the habitat and distribution of plants in a given area. In a particular area, the type of plants and what is the habitat. Okay, the information of the plants found in a particular area we found in the flora. Okay, each region it contains its own flora. Then manuals, what are the manuals? These are useful in providing information for identification of names of species found in an area. Okay, for the identification of the names of the species in a particular area, manuals are there. Then monographs, what are monographs? Monographs contain information on any one taxon. Okay, in any taxon these monographs are there which contains the information. Okay, thank you all. I hope you like the video. Please like, subscribe and share. Thank you.